That'll wake you up. I haven't heard that song for a really long time. So when Ireland texted me and said, "What do you think about this?" I went, "I don't know."
I said, me either, but let's find out.
But I trust you 100%. Good morning, Ireland. Nice to see you. Morning, morning, morning. Good to have you here. Good morning to you in the sound booth, you who are greeting, you who are kitchening, you who are doing whatever you're doing and happen to find your way here this morning. Sometimes people just walk by and kind of fall in the door. We're never sure, but um, that was Leanne's experience. She drove by and said, "I want to go there. My guidance is taking me there." So, however you got here, wherever you came from, whatever your need might be today, we welcome you in the warm and loving spirit of unity. We welcome you in that vast, infinite unity embrace where we recognize our oneness with all people wherever they may be. We welcome you in our relationship of oneness, saying no one is left out. It isn't about gender, it's not about race, it's not about your sexuality, it's not about any of those things. We are one in spirit. And when our door opens and someone comes in, we feel that you are family. Even if you're visiting family, we're so glad you're here. So, Carly, you're here first time. Did you fall in the door or did someone, did you? You have any unity history? Well, today's a great day for you. Thank you. Not because I say so, but because it's really going to be a great day. And I don't know you. Say it again. Keely with a K. Along with. Hi, Steve. Nice to see you this morning. Over here we have my friend Ginny. Ginny and I have known each other for ever so many years. And Ginny now lives on Guaymas and can be here with us on occasion, and we're thrilled that that's so. And if you've been away, we welcome you back wherever you've been. I hope you had a great time and enjoyed the experience of being present to what was presenting itself to you and for you. As we speak the word of our affirmation this morning, the one we use each week, we affirm, we declare, we stand for the realization of this truth. There is only one presence and one power active in your life and mine, God the good, omnipotent. We affirm together, there is only one presence and one power active in your life and mine, God the good, omnipotent, omnipresent, all power, all wisdom, all guidance, all truth, flowing freely and easily in and through you and in and through me, in and through us all this morning. We hold a vision, a great vision, a big vision, a higher vision for our world, for those who are suffering from flood or loss or destruction or war, those who are hungry, those who are still living in darkness. We hold you and know you as child of God, beloved of God, and we know that we are one in spirit. We offer our prayers to uplift you, to strengthen you, to offer you that bright light, even on a dark day. We are with you. You are our brothers and sisters, whether four-legged, whether two-legged in any form, those who swim, those who climb, whatever the truth. You are our brothers and sisters in spirit, and for each and all we do give thanks. Amen. Belonging. Today I belong. It's a declaration, it's a truth, it's a reality. Today you belong. Heather, would you share our daily word?
Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Belong. As spiritual beings, we all belong in the heart of God. A true sense of belonging is one of the best feelings in the world. It's knowing I am at home, fully accepted just as I am, and valued for my unique contributions. Today, I celebrate my belonging as a divine being, a child of God. No matter my station in life, my personal history, or my particular circumstances, I am a valued member of the human family. I extend this understanding to all others. I look beyond appearances and even my own preconceived notions to see my fellow divine beings. I honor their unique gifts, just as I would want them to honor mine. We belong together. We belong to one another. We all belong in the family of God. I ask not only on behalf of these, but also on behalf of those who will believe in me through their word, that they may all be one. John 17:20-21. I just want to add something. When I walk in the door here, I know that I belong and I feel joy, and I'm so grateful to be here and belong. Thank you.
Many of you share that feeling. So at my house, we had a flood in the water heater closet. If you were here last week, I think I told you that's why I was a little wavy in my brain. Anyway, the flood created mold, which created the beginning of the cleanup effort. Remediation, is that the word they use? It sounds like something that happened in school. Yeah. For many people we knew, remediation, that was a go back, do it again. Anyway, it's a mess at my house. The closet shares the wall where my bathroom is. So we now have the dehumidifier that is running at about 105 degrees constantly, and we're drying out, and the kiddies had to give up their room. They're not relocating. One of them's throwing up, the other one's attacking the one that's throwing up. It's a deal. It's a deal at my house. Had to take everything out of the bathroom that could melt because of that machine that's running. And we're still here, friends. We're still here. I'm like, my bedroom was full of, it's where I work on Saturday night, Sunday morning, to prepare to be here. And I couldn't find my shoes. Everything is everywhere. I couldn't get to the surface of my desk. I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Chaos reigns, but peace is in my heart. I have peace in my heart. I've been a little twirly squirrely, but I'm feeling a whole lot better to be here with you. And they'll start work on Tuesday morning to tear out walls and start doing things. It's just a little closet. Yeah, there you go. God said, even this shall be resolved and be behind us fairly quickly. We're grateful. Tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day, once known as Columbus Day. It is a holiday that deserves to be celebrated. And I thought I would love to share this blessing with all of you. It's a traditional Chinook prayer. And your part is teach us and show us the way. Can you say that with me? Teach us and show us the way. I'll do the big parts. We call upon the earth, our planet home, with its beautiful depths and soaring heights, its vitality and abundance of life. And together we ask her to teach us and show us the way. Good. We call upon the mountains, the Cascades, and the Olympics, the high green valleys and meadows filled with wildflowers, the snows that never melt, the summits of intense silence. And we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the waters that rim the earth horizon to horizon, that flow in our rivers and streams, that fall upon our gardens and fields, and we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the land which grows our food, the nurturing soil, the fertile fields, the abundant gardens and orchards, and we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the forests, the great trees reaching strongly to the sky with earth in their roots and the heavens in their branches, the fir and the pine and the cedar, and we ask them to teach us and show us the way. We call upon the creatures of the fields and forests and the seas, our brothers and sisters, the wolves and deer, the eagle and dove, the great whales and the dolphin, the beautiful orca and salmon who share our Northwest home. And we ask them to teach us and show us the way. We call upon all those who have lived on this earth, our ancestors and our friends who dreamed the best for future generations and upon whose lives our lives are built. And with thanksgiving, we call upon them to teach us and show us the way. And lastly, we call upon all that we hold most sacred, the presence and power of the great spirit of love and truth, which flows through all the universe, to be with us, to teach us and show us the way. And so it is. It is, isn't it? Today is birthday Sunday. We get the biggest cake in the world on birthday Sunday. People walk out altered, literally. People who don't eat sugar on birthday Sunday. And we are grateful for our monthly celebration, the second Sunday of each month, to celebrate our friends who are having a birthday this month. Anybody in the bunch? I know Gary has a birthday. You have an October birthday. Younger by the day, younger by the day. That's the truth about you. I look at you and think she's getting younger by the day. Debbie, happy birthday. We will celebrate you at the end of the service with that humongous cake and all the love and blessings in our heart for you as we enfold you in our love. thank you always for creating Birthday Sunday so that we can celebrate those who are either resisting it, it doesn't matter, it's going to happen anyway, or embracing it, saying, I can move forward with joy and it's a new time to learn and grow. Our prayer ministry is very active. We receive a lot of prayers each month. If you have a prayer for yourself, for others, for the world, for your lost keys, whatever it might be, the little brown box over there is our prayer box. And we invite you to fill out a prayer request this morning and drop it in the box. And in addition to that, you can always request prayer on the website, UnitySS, as in Sam, v.org, is our website address, and you can find a prayer request spot and drop it in, and it will come to us right away. Then, at the end of each 30-day period, 30, 31, depending on the month, our prayers go off to Silent Unity at Unity Village. 100 years of daily words, but more than 100 years of prayer in Silent Unity. Day and night, 24 hours a day. Silent Unity is there to do one thing, pray with you. Anyone who asks. So Silent Unity, the daily word looks like this. This has the daily prayers that Silent Unity uses in the front cover. Every day they work with these prayers. So the prayers for October are in. And you know that if you are affirming and embracing these prayers each day, you are aligned with Silent Unity, and they will be praying these prayers with you during the day in the Silent Unity Prayer Chapel. So please subscribe to Daily Word or buy Daily Words from us. They're in the little basket over there. And it's always a joy to be invited to pray with someone. We're hesitant. People are like shy about asking for prayer. Like, would it mean I'm weak? Would it mean my faith is not? Why would we not ask when there are so many days that we would be blessed simply by asking? The whole thing about what you ask, I know what you need before you ask, but asking opens you to receive the blessing of that experience. The announcements are on those bright colored sheets against the wall. And what I want to remind you of in particular is Kathleen's class, which begins tomorrow, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, Tuesday, from 11 to 12:30. And it is called, I didn't get announcement sheets with my stuff. The name?
Instinctual drives.
Say it again. Instinctual Drives.
Instinctual drives. Just a quick little recap. We all have three instincts, but some of you may not know that one's dominant, one's kind of neutral, and then one's a blind spot.
So we're working on the Enneagram, the continuation of the Enneagram study. This is the third in this series. Instinctual drives. Some are apparent. One is blind. That's the one we want to catch in the act. And see what that means and how to shift our awareness about that. So that's Tuesday morning starting at 11 here in the sanctuary. I'm not seeing what the other two are. We're going to do a video of the concert. God bless you, my dear. The men's group is meeting on the 19th. Our community potluck is on the 27th, and on November 2nd, Jesse Powers, phenomenal musician. I went online to hear her sing, and she's extraordinary. And and Steve Mason and the Strumman sisters are going to be in concert for you on November 2nd. And Jessie sent an announcement about her concert. I'll move.
Hi, Unity of Skagit Valley. My name is Jessie Powers, and I am a touring New Thought musician. I live in Columbus, Ohio, but I am coming to visit the Pacific Northwest in just a few weeks, and on November 2nd, I will be there. So November 2nd at 6 p.m., we're having a concert with Steve Mason and the Strumman sisters, and I'm very excited because Steve and I got to connect at the Posies this year, and it was such a pleasure meeting him. So I'll be glad to see him and hear him, and I'm sure you will too. So I can't wait to meet you all on November 2nd at 6 p.m. It's going to be such an uplifting night, and I will see you there.
From the west unto the east.
Sweet, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Lovely, huh? Good thing to do. Huh? So be there or be not there. But be present wherever you are. That's what we say here. I don't think I have any other announcements. Do you? No? Ready for meditation? It's time. It's time before we hit the sugar rush. Yeah, get centered. Our meditation song is behind me.
Love,
Serve, and remember.
Why have we come to earth? Do you remember? Why have we taken birth? Do you remember to love, serve and remember to love, to serve and remember? Please join me. Why have we come to earth? Do you remember? Why have
deep breath. Set aside what you're holding. Maybe you want to check your phone, turn it off. And it's okay if you forget. As you prepare yourself for that moment of stillness, allow your body to simply let go. The chair is holding you, the floor seems to be holding the chair, but you've been holding yourself. You've been holding in your arms and your hands and your feet and your legs and your hips and your back and your inward body with all the moving, amazing parts you've been holding in the back of your neck and in your shoulders and in your jaw and certainly in your forehead and even at the crown. When we inventory, we take a moment and we see, oh, everything's been holding on, as though everything would fall apart if I didn't hold on. But the blessing is all those parts are holding on, and all is capable of letting go. You can let go and allow. The movement of the living presence is your sustenance, your security, your home. The movement, the flow, the perfection of that which God is holding you and guiding every breath you take. The movement of the flowing of the energy in your body allows you to take a deep breath and let go. And take more deep breaths and let go even more. Allow yourself to sink into your center. Nobody's watching. You don't have to hold your belly in or keep your legs together or whatever it is that we do to reassure ourselves. But in this moment, it's not necessary. I breathe, and I am breathed by the breath of God. And in this moment, I belong. I belong in the heartbeat of God. I belong by virtue of being. I belong, for I am child of God, endowed with and overflowing with divine possibility and divine potential. And so I breathe and allow the shoulders to drop and the body to soften. And I invite the full, free movement of spirit to flow in and through and as me. Breathe and allow. Today I open my heart. I open my heart and again I open my heart that the pure love of spirit might move through my heart. If there is fear, I know that the movement of divine love is filling my heart with new possibilities, with the power of guidance, with freedom, and those things that have troubled my heart, I allow them to flow freely in and through as divine love transmutes them, and I claim my freedom once again. In the places where I have held regret or an ongoing worry or concern right now, I open my heart and allow the spirit of divine love to flow in and through me, that I might release and trust and let go, that a perfect outcome is present. For Spirit wants for me only and always my highest good and the highest good of all others. My body is filled with the power of divine love, healing love, harmonizing love. My work, my home, my relationships, all aspects of my life I see filled with divine love. And I know what I need is present right where I am. Loving Spirit, when I go deep into your presence and I let go of the twirling and the swirling of my mind and allow your presence to flow freely, I feel a release. I hear your gentle voice prompting and guiding me. And I know that even when it seems not to be so, all is well. All is well. I can allow it to be so and turn over whatever I've been holding in the knowing that you are the one and the only and the all within me around me, through me, as me. And as it is for me, so it is for all. We give thanks. We give thanks for the goodness that is ours. As we pray, we say, thank you, God. Amen. And so it is.
If this life is no act, why do we lay all these traps we put 'em right in our path when we just wanna be free? I will not waste my days making up all kinds of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go of what I don't know, and I know I only do this by living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy, with peace in my mind. Got peace in my heart, got peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. Living in the moment, I'm letting myself off the hook for things that I've done. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more fun. I'm letting go of the thoughts that do not make me strong, and I believe this way can be the same for everyone. And if I fall asleep, I know you'll be the one who always remind me to live in the moment, keep living my life easy and breezy, with peace in my mind. I've got peace in my heart, got peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I can't walk through life facing backwards. I've tried more than once to just make sure, and I was denied the future I'd been searching for. I spun around and hurt no more by living in the moment, living my life, oh, easy and breezy, with peace in my mind. I've got peace in my heart, got peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. Oh, I'm living in the moment, I'm living my you.
About the play.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm in a musical right now at the Lincoln Theater downtown Mount Vernon, and it's Legally Blonde, the musical. So I'll be playing Paulette, and my little dog Henry is Bruiser Woods, the Chihuahua. And then also I have a French bulldog who's also in the musical, playing Rufus. And it's going to be performing November 8th through the 22nd. So if you guys want to get tickets, it's going to be
Yeah,
really fun, talented cast. So
Thank
you.
The girl is a busy woman. She's a busy woman. She's our busy woman. How lucky are we? Thanks. I'm just standing here waiting for the train to come. It's all often feels that way when you're waiting for a thought or an idea or something. It's like you're standing beside the track waiting for the train to come. And it always comes. And it comes in right and perfect time. When we are about the business of spiritual growth, we discover that we can trust timing, we can trust order, we can trust the things that at one point in time or at one time in our lives we wouldn't have trusted at all. Because now we have something within us that says, just wait, just wait. Guidance will be present in its right and perfect time. And the outcome of whatever it is we're waiting for will proceed. Not always in the way we thought, but always. Thich Nhat Hanh wrote, "If you are a poet," this is such a great piece. Sometimes it takes me a couple of readings to really align with it. "If you are a poet, you will see clearly that there is a cloud floating in this sheet of paper. Without a cloud, there will be no water. And without water, the trees cannot grow. And without trees, you cannot make paper. So the cloud is here. The existence of this page is dependent on the existence of a cloud. Paper and cloud are so close. Let us think of other things like sunshine. Sunshine is very important because the forest cannot grow without sunshine. And we, as humans, cannot grow without sunshine. So the logger needs sunshine in order to cut the tree, and the tree needs sunshine in order to be a tree. And therefore, you can see sunshine in this sheet of paper. And if you look more deeply with the eyes of a bodhisattva, with the eyes of those who are awake, you see not only the cloud and the sunshine in it, but that everything is here. The wheat that became the bread for the logger to eat, the logger's father, everything is in this sheet of paper. The paper is full of everything, the entire cosmos. The presence of this tiny sheet of paper proves the presence of the whole cosmos. Everything essential to everything else. Everything essential and interwoven into the elements of everything in our lives. But we say, this is not essential. This is not to be. This is not part of it. But when we begin to look with eyes that look for the good or for the whole, we begin to see that there is something connecting every aspect of our lives into the outpicturing of this very moment and the outcome of this moment. So he can talk about the page, but what about the words on the page? And what about what formed the words on the page? And what about the thoughts? And what about the history? And what about the lead up into a moment when a thought suddenly connects and we see things from a different point of view than we ever have before? And in those words, suddenly we understand that everything is cooperative with everything else in a way that is perfectly divinely ordered for each of us. Not all the same, but for each of us. Eric Butterworth wrote, he actually did a series about the eachness in the allness. He called it the eachness in the allness, the existence of what we call allness, or we could call it the cosmos, but it's more than our concept of the cosmos. An allness, a wholeness, something beyond description that is our beingness and our home of being. And that within that allness, there's an eachness, there's an individual expression that takes you turning left and me turning right, and we end up in the same room at the same time for a reason we can't explain. But when I say explore the steps that it took and what is present to make it possible to even be a human being, I'm reminded of Sogyal Rinpoche talking about the Tibetan. He's writing the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. In his words, when he says life on this planet is as rare as this. Picture being in the middle of the Atlantic, or possibly the Pacific, and there's nothing else around but a life jacket, a life ring. And suddenly, in that place, far distant from everything else, a turtle pops its head up through a tortoise, a sea turtle pops its head up through the hole in the ring, in the middle of somewhere that seems to be nowhere, in a way that is so perfectly coordinated. And he said that's how we could understand how rare life is on this planet, how rare it is to be a being living in this swirly, twirly experience of creation and creative possibility. And we say, well, it shouldn't have been like that. And yet, I couldn't be the me I've come to be, and I know that absolutely, had it not been for the things that I thought should never have been. Each of them in their own way, the fuel for the creative presencing process to reveal yet another step. And the things we would let go, and yet the things that are part of our saying, there is learning in everything. There is evolutionary growth and learning and perfection in all things, because it is all whole and a composite of a possibility that we haven't yet met. here and there and then and next. Eric Butterworth created this talk series in 1981, and he called it Practical Metaphysics. And he said everything begins in allness. Everything begins in allness. We say there's only one presence and one power that isn't a quantified, limited concept of God in a box or life in a box. It's an allness that has as its seeming an emptiness that is constantly unfolding perfection, even when we think it's not. And the study of this that he calls practical metaphysics, he says, is a way of seeing life, a way of seeing the universe, a way of seeing spiritual thought. We're dealing here with something that is to be practiced, and therefore it must be practical, this allness, this a relationship in, with, as this allness in expression, as an eachness, which is you in your chair, and every other thing in and through and beyond this planetary understanding. It must be practical. It can't be just happenstance. There's something at work in you, as you, that is the allness, bringing forth just the perfection of order that brings you to a moment in time where you ask a question, or you utter a prayer, or you have a thought, or someone says something, or you find a book, or you see a film, or you trip over a leaf in the garden, and something pops open in you that has all the history of you as a composite within it, leading to this explosion in a moment of a possibility you couldn't see otherwise. How do I understand it, we say? Well, we don't always understand it. That dog wants to come in. Wants to be here with us talking about unlimited possibility. Unfortunately, many of us enter into the study of metaphysics with the same intellectual fervor that we do studying mathematics or studying various religious teachings, learning the codes, learning the creeds, learning the treatments and the affirmations, feeling that this is what it's all about. But this, he said, is not what it's all about. We're concerned essentially with life. We're concerned, as Emmett Fox used to say, with consciousness, with feelings, with attitudes, as Jesus said, by their fruit you shall know them. We're basically concerned with demonstrating the fruits of the metaphysical ideas, he calls it a system, in terms of healthy mindedness, in terms of greater health of body, greater peace of mind, greater prosperity in our affairs, greater love in our relationships, greater peace in our world. This is the proof. This is what we're all about. This is what we're all about, he said, in these teachings, in the study of truth. Not just so we can have everything we want, but because it's in the right order of being itself, that we can awaken to these qualities, to these energies, to the flow of life as it wants to express through us when we practice the teachings. And we go back to when I practice the teachings, what do you mean? When we practice the teachings, and he said, it's not about practicing the teachings out there, although that's the overflow. It's coming into ourselves to believe and begin to live as though this truth that we talk about, that there's one presence and one power, the good, that the power, all the power in the universe is a unified power that is more than one person or one politician or one world concern, more than the limitation of life as we see it. The belief that we can go deeper in what we call faith, which is our capacity to see beyond the limitation and the circumstance of the moment, and find a depth of something that really makes a difference for us in our moment and in our relationship with life and with others. If I continue to disregard the realization that I live in oneness with the power, with the presence, with the guidance, with the elements of life itself being the truth of my being. If I live in disregard of that, I have nothing to look toward in the experiences that arise. I have nothing to hook my wagon to. It's in the realization of a practice that says, this is leading to something that I do not know, cannot see, but I can feel it. How do I feel it? I can feel it because it's a step beyond where I am right now, and I could feel into it and experience it even though it's not present for me. I don't know the specifics, so I'm backing off of that to underscore, I don't know the specifics, but I know that the allness of the universe is working in the eachness of me to bring forth that which is beyond what I can see and know, which is the definition, basically, of faith. As an asness. It's the as of this whole relationship that matters. That which I am is the very essence of that which God is moving in and through this. And when I say, I can't do this, or I don't have the strength, or I don't have the wisdom, or I can't do this, there's always something more in the middle of our very being saying, just take a breath and take that next step. Because the allness knows. Not in that personalized puppetry way, that which we call God knows. But when we call on that God, frequently we call on the limitation of a God of our imagination instead of the reality. And this is the idea of metaphysics. This is the idea of the teaching. That we can call it God, or we can call it presence, or we can call it it. But there is that which is present as in and through all, in every instant of what we call eternal time-space. And it shows up in me. And when I can step out of that holding on, controlling way of being in that, it's not bad that I am holding on. It's just there is more promised and available than that holding on. He continues, we have lived most of our lives at what the Irish poet Yeats calls the whirling circumference of life. get a picture of it, the whirling circumference. No bugs allowed. Well, bugs allowed, if, but not crawling in front of me. You okay? I didn't squeeze him. I just gently brushed him off. Let me do it again. We have lived most of our lives at what the Irish poet Yeats calls the whirling circumference of life. We've lived out at the circumference, out in human experience. In the metaphysical insight, we realize that there is a depth within us. There's something more involved in life that you can't actually understand by life, life's appearances, that you can never really know who you are by looking at yourself in a mirror. There's always something more, something deeper, something richer, something finer. This is what religion should be in a classic sense. The word religion means to bind together. In other words, it means unity. It means oneness. It means wholeness. Not just God out there, not just some imminent part in the universe where something can happen, not just a shrine where great healings take place, but all things bound together, and we're in it and of it all the time. Yeah, we fly off to do the healing hoo-hoo, whatnot, wherever. We fly off to study with great teachers, to inspire the widening of our mind so that we can experience a broader perspective of the magnificence of all of this. Another learning, something else to put in our toolbox. But it all comes back to us. It all comes back to the deeper aspect of ourselves. Will I learn and grow in the place from which I come? Am I willing to learn in the place from which I come, which is my way of experiencing the one presence, the one power that lived in Jesus the Christ, that was demonstrated by his life, that lives in every master, that lives in every teacher, that lives in every one of us. One and the same, not specified unto one in a box, but realized within ourselves as we take these steps and refine and define ourselves by practicing the art of moving from this constancy of twirling and whirling in the worldly sense into the place that knows us and is the very experience of the unfolding and the flowering of our lives. Where? Well, everywhere. If you're there, it's happening there. If you're over there, it's happening there. If you're in that body, it's happening there. How? In the way that is the perfect order of your own beingness. The allness as you expressing the wholeness, the wonder, the beauty of life. Not always as we would hammer it together, but as is perfect in its own way. We say, are you willing? Are you willing to let the presence be the allness of your prospering, your healing, your freedom. Looks empty, looks like there's nothing there. I can't see it. I can't feel it. Well, not one of us would ever be where we are in this moment in time if it were not so. If what were not so. If you are the eachness and the allness of the perfection of wholeness, living as you in this moment in time. We feel lost, but we're not. We feel afraid, but it's not true. What we have is this vast resource of everything. So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to continue this journey with Eric Butterworth and dip into fundamental simplicity. Fundamentally simple. It is what it is, what it is, what it has always been, in you, through you, as you. And it's good. And it's really, really good. Let's share our tithes and our love offerings and celebrate with birthday cake. Our offertory blessing, and thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your willingness to share. It is part of the flow. The reality of giving and receiving are one activity, and it works. It really does work. I give joyfully and easily, for God is my source, and abundance is my nature. And so it is. No kids today, no little people. Perfection. These are perfect. Isn't it amazing that life can create something that looks like that? Or like you? Thank you for being here this morning. If it's your first time here, we welcome you back, and we're glad you were here. Please, someone get acquainted with our guests. Take a moment to say hi and welcome. Our prayer for protection is right there. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Do it as me. Let's repeat it as me. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Practice, practice, practice. I have been in far away lands in the strangeness of how things move. And the prayer for protection is always there. I have said it, repeated it, affirmed it, believed it, disbelieved it, believed it, disbelieved it for 50 plus years now. And it's fundamental and it's true. It's true. Surrounded, enfolded, protected, watched over. And wherever I am, everything I need is there and all is well. All right, I wish you a blessed week. Let's stand, sing together our peace song.